Hey guys, this is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky. And today we're going to work on the body lock clinch. This is part of our defensive tactics series, and the point of this is to close the distance between us and our opponent and get into a position of safety from strikes and in a position where we can take the opponent down. So if we just look at this from from a distance standpoint, every strike has an effective range. His punches are going to have a range of, if he extends his hand here, this is about the effective range of his punch. If I'm much further back than this, he's going to overextend, and that's not going to be good. It's not going to, basically it's going to miss me. And if he throws a punch and I'm inside, it's going to wrap around my head, or it's going to take some of the sting off. So I can either go in or out. In this case, we're opting to be offensive, and we want to try to preempt the strike. So the first one we're going to do, the opponent's not actually striking us yet. We just have reason to believe that he's going to. So he's made some verbal threats. Our de-escalation stance is up. We feel like we've been assaulted already because the person has the intent, ability, and opportunity to assault us. They just haven't committed the battery part of it yet. So we're not going to wait on that. We're just going to go ahead and tie this guy up and put him on the ground. So I'm here. I have my hands up. I'm still trying to de-escalate. When I decide that it's time to go, I'm going to drop my level. Okay, my hands are going to come up, and I'm going to step forward, pushing off with my back foot, just like on our movement drill. So we initiate, we push with the back foot, and our lead foot goes first. I'm going to put my chest on his chest, and I'm going to clinch as tight as I can with this body lock, get my hips in close. So again, he's not punching us yet, but he's ready to. So we're dropping, we're pushing off, and we're stepping in. Okay, so the important thing is there's no space. So again, I'm here, drop. Okay, notice that my legs are kind of wrapped around his legs so that I can't take a knee, and that once I get this, I'm crunching in on his lower back. This is taking his balance away and putting him on his heels. My head is lower than his head. Okay, so if you know anything about like offensive and defensive, in football, you got two lines. The person who's lower is going to drive the other person back. So it's just a basic principle. We want to get under them and drive them back onto their heels and off their base. And we're going to use this to set up a takedown, which we'll cover in a future scenario or a future video. So what we're doing now is we'll practice this, multiple times. We can move around with it. We can de-escalate. When we decide that it's time to go, we're going to go. Okay? The next one that we're going to do is when the opponent is actually punching us. So what we're going to do first is just go under the punch and clinch, okay? And the way we're going to practice this is with a very sanitized, sterile version of this. The person's going to be here, and he's going to throw these looping, either left or right punches at our head level. So the key is that if I don't move, he should hit me. So there should be some feedback. If it grazes my head, then I didn't go down low enough, okay? So if the person's constantly doing this to you, you're never going to feel like, it's not going to feel like it's coming towards you, and you're not going to get the right feedback. So we need to drop our level and come in. So from here, I see the punch coming. He's going to drop, right, just like that. So I see the punch coming, I'm going to drop under, and I'm going to go straight in. Here, same deal. I just make that commitment, and it's going to go over my head instead. I'm here, he goes to punch, and I commit. All right, so it's the other side over here. Notice that when I do this, his arm most of the time is going to go over me, and whereas our initial punch, if we drop our level, the punch is going to swing and we're going to end up like this. We're going to get more behind the person instead of in front. Okay? If we don't drop our level very much and he swings, we're going to end up here on the inside, which is fine. So there's a lot of different positions. We could be here, okay? We could be here. We could have one of his arms trapped like this. All of these things are good for us as long as we maintain that same control and pressure and inward squeeze, okay? The key is that we stick to the person and don't give them the opportunity to punch us again, okay? So one more time here. He's going to throw his punch. I push my head against him. That way there's no strikes available for him here. Okay, he can't elbow me with the arm in the back. The forearm is too far away to do any real damage. I've got my hips too close for him to do a knee strike. And I'm set up for a body full takedown, which we'll do in a subsequent video. So the way we train this, train it static against a non-attacking opponent, do some movement against a non-attacking opponent, add in some nice swings, and then when you're ready, you can put on some boxing gloves, and then at that point, you can have the person throwing nice easy punches, and as you get better, you can do full on if you want to, puncher versus grappler, to get to the inside. This is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky. Train hard, train smart, and train often. See you next time.